What's up, YouTube? What's happening? So this video gonna be about Shaq. I guess it was against Candace Parker and Vince Carter. He's in the studio. Anyway, he said he takes Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game over Kobe Bryant's. Some people had problems with that. The other two were like saying Kobe and they was trying to downplay it. Why is it that Wilt Chamberlain always seems to catch the lower end of the stick when the records speak for themselves? Why is it that they feel like he was too tall, he was too bold, he was too this and that, yet they'll let some chubby hamburger wimpy running around the bases, soggy looking Babe Ruth get a pass, and that predated Wilt Chamberlain's physique and a vibe by a whole 20, 30 years in a segregated league, by the way. I mean, that cracks me up how they go so hard to diss Wilt Chamberlain and what he represented when he was one of the greatest forces ever in basketball histories, one of the greatest players ever, and an athlete's athlete. Bottom line, that man was an athlete's athlete. This is one of the reasons why I don't like to hear so-called people who played or something speak on something, especially when they have to wear the company hat to diss. These articles with Candace Parker, Vince Carter, I respect them, but if you're a student of the game, heck yes, you're gonna say Wilt Chamberlain. It's not that you're dissing Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant even was aware of Wilt Chamberlain and didn't disrespect it. And Shaq always gave Wilt love, even though he felt he was his equal. And to me, they were equals in terms of dominance, but in different ways. Shaq was a more dominant player in terms of his center position, but Wilt Chamberlain was a more dominant player in terms of other positions. See how I did that? You can have two things be true at the same time, and you don't have to offend. They both top 10 ever. They both high ranked and high tiered by me. They both can be debated as GOATs, as great as ever, if you want to be technical, because they both were guys that you had to go through in different ways. But anyway, this is the point. Of course, 100 beats 81. People don't even do simple math. Well, and he had 20 plus rebounds. Well, Kobe, I saw it and all that. They don't see most of them Babe Ruth games. They don't sit around and debate that. The thing is this. Common sense is like, if you're great, you're great. And if you're put in a place at a particular point, you're great. We can debate how we look at it and how we view it. But to sit there and act like, oh, this wasn't relevant or that's not relevant, I mean, that's absurd. It really is absurd how people go on about these tangents about, well, this ain't that and this is this and that and the other. No. Greatness is greatness, period. Give it up. Acknowledge it. Tell the truth. I applaud Shaq for acknowledging Wilts. And it was no diss at Kobe. It's just that, hey, how you going to sit there and act like a 100-point game when you know that man and you saw that man, how athletic he was? I have a problem with these cats in the NBA who don't, especially when a Magic Johnson talks. They know better than that. They know good and well. I'm going to bring up that what Wilt did to them at UCLA and how he was and how athletic he was and how he still was a standard. Shoot. Man, he wasn't no myth. That dude was really a freak of nature. So you guys to give it up. I'm not knocking Kobe's 81, but that is not the best individual performance. So appreciate Shaq for standing on code and telling it like it is. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share if you like and hit the membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out. Peace.